Welcome to everyone who's watching this back. And we like to say that we're creating a digital space that transcends both time and space. So even though we're not all together at the same time, we are creating a space that we share together. And as you all know, I think everybody's been here before, but just in case this is your first time, if you're watching back, we like to do a live circuit once a week here at Light. And the circuit works a little bit like a circuit in a gym. So you can think of brilliant Hamish, our guide today, as a little bit like your spiritual personal trainer. And we're going to do 3 practices in 22 minutes. And the 3 different practices compound the benefits together, much like when you do different sorts of stretches in a gym. They compound the different benefits to work out all the parts of your mindfulness, of your consciousness. So that's why we do the circuits. And we're also great believers in the power of collective intention. And I just spoke briefly about how we're creating this digital space together that transcends time and space. And we like to offer you an intention, a shared collective intention to practice towards if it resonates with you. And Hamish has chosen today the theme of grounding, which I absolutely love, particularly as we're entering into this time of seasonal shift. It might be in different directions, depending on where you are in the world. Here in the UK, we're moving into autumn. And I love seasonal change. I find it incredibly inspiring to feel the change, but it's also, a little bit destabilizing. The weather's changing, maybe it's warmer or cooler, it's unexpected, it's surprising. So a little bit of grounding, I think, is perfect to bring us through this seasonal change. And with that, I'm going to hand over to Hamish. Over to you.
Thanks, Jess. And good morning, everyone. Lovely to see you all. So, yes, we're going to do 3 practices, and we're going to start with some breath work. We're going to do 12 minutes or so of breath work. Then we're going to do a nature-based visualization, and then we're going to do a little meditation. So if you feel comfortable seated, stay seated. Equally, you can lie down if you'd like to. And with the breath work, what I'd like to invite you to do is just to connect with your diaphragm. So just settle into yourself, find a comfortable position, and you can put your hands just below your rib cage. And as you breathe in, you can feel your diaphragm moving downwards and your belly moving outwards. It's very natural, very gentle breathing. And this is your diaphragm doing the work. That's what we want with breath work. We want the diaphragm to do the work. And you can put your hands to your sides, to the side ribs, and feel them going out to the side. As you breathe in, feeling that expansion out to the side. And what we want is for the chest and the belly to come out together, out to the front, out to the back, out to the sides. So our whole torso is moving out in 360 degrees as we breathe in and as we breathe out again. So if you'd like to close your eyes, you'd be very welcome to do that now. And just begin by connecting with your breath, just rising and falling. The breath work we're going to do this morning is very gentle. Often when we do breath work, it's like we're doing breath work. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, I'm breathing in this way, I'm breathing in that way. And often it's like we're taking a breath. But this morning, what I'd like to invite you to do is to receive your breath. So cede control to your breath. As we go throughout our day, we are effectively being breathed by this deeper intelligence that is our breath. We're not doing the breathing. We're not consciously breathing in, breathing out. We're not in control. The breath is breathing us in. The breath is breathing us out. So with this practice, I'm asking us to be consciously aware of our breath doing the breathing all by itself. So just receiving the breath in, receiving the breath out. And I'd like to invite you to breathe through your nose for this breath work. If you can't breathe through your nose, you're very welcome to breathe through your mouth, but just be consciously aware that your mouth breathing. And for those of you who are breathing through your nose, just place your tongue on the roof of your palate, roof of your mouth, slightly behind the front teeth. Let it rest there. And just notice your breath rising and falling. And see if you can allow yourself to be breathed. And I'm now going to ask you to very gently just extend the in-breath. So as you're receiving the in-breath, just receive a little bit more at the end of the in-breath before the breath wants to breathe you out again. Stay connected to the diaphragm. Just get a sense of the belly and the chest rising, expanding in all directions. Very gentle here, nothing to be forced. We're not trying to get anywhere. And if your breath is shallow, let it be shallow. If it's deep, let it be deep. If it's fast or slow, however it is, you just allow it to be as it is. You allow yourself to be breathed by your breath. It's been doing this all your life. It knows exactly what to do. We're not in control. We don't own our breath owns us. And all we're doing here is witnessing, consciously being breathed. Now I just want to invite you to extend the out-breath just a little bit. What you might notice at the end of the out-breath is there's just this little pause, a little bit of a void, a little bit of emptiness, and then wait for the breath to breathe you in again. Remember, we're not taking a breath, we're receiving the breath. Receiving this nourishment, this life force that is our breath. Savoring the in-breath, each in-breath, savoring each out-breath. Deeply listening to how our breath wants to breathe us. So in order for us to do this, we just need to really relax, surrender to this coming and going of the breath. Just like the tide, just like the waves, it just comes and it goes. We can let go to it. So yeah, just extending that in-breath just a little bit. And at the top of the breath, this moment of emergence and creativity. And at the bottom of the breath, this moment of spaciousness, of stillness. Very natural, very gentle. just bringing our awareness to what happens all by itself. Being in this really intimate connection with your breath. This loyal breath of yours. Just marveling at it, doing its thing. Just giving your weight to the chair or to the ground, allowing your body just to relax a little bit as you continue to receive this breath of yours. I'd like to invite you to tune into your body. And if there's anything that you're feeling that's quite obvious, maybe it's some concern, maybe some anxiety, maybe some sadness, maybe some heat, maybe cold, maybe numbness, maybe restlessness. Whatever it is that you're feeling, just really tune into the sensation of that. And invite that part of you to be breathed. Invite that part of you to receive the breath. We tend to suppress feelings and sensations that we don't like. We tend to do this in very subtle ways. But now we're just asking that part of us to receive the breath too. We're giving that part of us some life through the breath. Or rather, we're allowing the breath to give it life. We're taking the foot off the brake and allowing this experience to be just as it is. Sometimes when we do this experience gets louder, it gets noisier, because we're allowing it to come to fruition. We're allowing it to move. We're allowing it to breathe. We can just let it move through us all by itself. It's okay. So every cell in that sensation, every cell in that part of you is invited to breathe. Now bring your attention to your heart. And just inviting your heart to be breathed. You might want to put a hand on your heart if that helps. Every experience of your heart right now, however it's feeling, might be feeling contracted, it might be feeling open, might be tingling, might be numb, might be empty. Whatever that experience is, we're inviting it to breathe. Receiving the breath, not taking a breath. Surrendering to our being breathed. It's a really beautiful practice, this, to come to relaxation, to come to presence, to ground ourselves in this moment and realize that we're not in control. We can let go, we can surrender to the moment, surrender to our breath. Everything's all right. And for the next two practices, I'm just going to invite you to continue to receive the breath in this way. So moving into the visualization, sensing into the earth below you. When we do nature-based visualizations, we're connecting to the natural world. And everything in the natural world is authentic and whole. So when we connect to it through our imagination, we're inviting the way of being of that thing into us. We're asking to be inspired, to be resourced by this inherent wisdom of the way things are. So today we're going to tune into earth, to the soil beneath you, wherever you are. So just tuning into the earth below you, imagining the color and the texture of the soil, all that life, all that vibrancy, all that magic that supports us day to day, that nourishes us day to day. Just giving yourself a little bit, giving your weight a little bit to the ground. Even if you're not on the ground floor, you can still do this. Just giving your weight to the earth, allowing it to receive you, trusting it that little bit more. Allowing yourself to receive it. Just tuning into the depth of the earth below, this really profound depth of earth, of soil, of rock, of mantle. So reliable, so forgiving. And tuning into your feet now. It's going to invite you to invite the earth into your feet so that your feet become earth-like. So just imagine, just like ivy climbing up a tree trunk, just imagine the color and the texture and the density of this earth below you, rising up your feet, up your calves, up to your knees, just feeling the weight of the soil, the texture of the soil, coming up your thighs, just really relaxing your legs. Just really feeling into the density of earth. It comes up your thighs, into your pelvis. And just as all these sort of specks of dirt, all these molecules settle, compact, to form earth, to form mud, just allow all the cells of yourself to settle, to give way to gravity. As this earthiness rises up, torso, sensation, this feeling of earthiness. Just really feel into the density of it. And some earth is more compact than others. Some earth is like rock. We too have more compact areas of ourselves. Sensing into your bones, which are made from minerals from the earth. So feeling into the density of your bones. And this earthiness now covering your arms, your neck, and then all the way up to your head. Just giving yourself to gravity, feeling this dense, solid earthiness as you. We are earth sensing, we are earth feeling, we are earth imagining. Just feeling the vibrancy, the life, the diversity within you, this whole ecosystem. All these microorganisms in you, processing, communicating, composting, all with an impulse towards health, towards regeneration, towards integration. Just feeling all this life, this vibrancy within you. I wonder where you feel earth most strongly now. All this activity within us happening all by itself. We're not in control, we're not doing it all. Now just allowing the earth to fall from the head all the way back down through the feet, taking with it anything you want to release that's no longer serving you. Just imagine that draining out of you, back into the earth, taking anything unwanted. You can imagine the earth using that as fertilizer that it will take to grow new soil, to make new soil. And feeling some gratitude for earth, for all its magic, all its life-giving regenerative power. Now just feeling settled, grounded, rested, with all the benefits of that visualization still remaining with you now. And now just coming into the meditation, just continuing to receive the breath. I wonder if your breath has changed at all. Just being with this experience right now. This moment-to-moment experience. Listening to the sounds around you. Allowing the sounds to come to you, no need to go out there to find them. Breath rising, breath falling. These sounds that you've never heard before. You might have heard sounds like this before, but not this sound, not right now. So let's just hold some fascination with this experience, which is absolutely new. Never been experienced before, never be experienced again. Soak up this present moment experience. Feeling the life in your hands, Perhaps there's heat, perhaps there's tingling, perhaps there's vibrating. Just feeling your hands. Coming into contact with the chair. Just letting all these sensations move through you. Just going to finish by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And sighing out whatever noise wants to be made as you sigh out. And just very slowly opening your eyes, coming back onto the call.
Wonderful. Welcome back.